I'm still hesitating. I need some sleep, and I know it.
Yeah, I feel you, Carl. I ended up at a hot tub party last night, so I got to bed at like 5. So basically, what we were saying here is Frank, the best comment I've seen so far on your deck profile is I think it was today, where it's just like, finally a juggalo that I'm proud of.
Yes. Yeah.
I was like, oh my god. But,
oh jeez.
But yeah, we got the whole game. This ain't the whole game. We got so many fucking people on this team, but we got an actual crew here. But yeah, are we just getting right into it right now?
Right now.
Right into it.
Okay, what number is it, guys? 29. I think it's
27.
No,
30.
We're like 29 or
29.
30.
It's 29. We're gonna say
29 and a half.
29 and a half. So welcome everyone to Berserk Team Talk number 29 and a half, and we're here to talk about something very clean and simple, but something very exciting. It's about the regionals that just happened this past weekend. Saturday was Carta Magica and Sunday was Core TCG, and we actually had our first 2 big placings. And I just want to give a hand to Biriarr and Frank for pulling it out. So let's see, little clap here for the boys. I know we've been showering them in their absolute fucking gangsterness of getting those dubs, but. So we started off Carta Magic on Saturday. Biriarr got 3rd, and that was with the new red UI Goku deck. So brand new deck, hot off the press, Realm of Gods, taking it away, showing what that deck can do with, I don't know how much untapped playtesting you did or anything like that, but that'll be when we get to that part of the segment. And Frank with his fucking goddamn Church of Frank Android 18 mil fucking making King Piccolo, Joey Palladino mill 40 cards from just one Oceanus. I don't know. It was ridiculous watching it, and it was just funny seeing the super players. People in the comment, oh my god, isn't King Piccolo the most cancer deck? I'm like, they have no fucking clue what cancer deck means. They just wait till this Android 18. Wait till they see this. Wait, you wanted interaction? Sorry, I got 3 baby apes if you wanted to do that. But
that fucking deck is despair on cardboard.
Oh yeah,
that's a menace.
Yeah, so
it's a menace.
So one step closer to getting it banned with that first place, which is absolutely insane. The first 2 big tops of the team has had yet, and that's right in the beginning. First 2 regionals of 2022. Jesus, but I'm not going to talk anymore. So this is going to be a nice team talk where I sit back and don't completely embarrass myself like I did today on stream. But we'll just start it off Saturday. Biriarr, tell us that experience. How did it go? How did it feel? You still riding that high from Saturday? Just fucking 3rd place going up?
Yeah.
I see you were messing with UniX DBS there, doing some deck stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously that deck is, people are looking at it because it definitely seems like fire. And it might need to go into the fire depending on how busted it ends up being.
I don't think the deck is necessarily busted, to be honest. I know it's strong, but like compared to most red decks, everything I play costs energy, as opposed to like King Piccolo, where you play stuff for free and then you spend your energy to do more stuff, right? So I think it is a little fair in that aspect. The fact that like half the archetype has limit 1, I think it isn't like the most broken thing. You can definitely interact with it. It has definitely very negative matchups too, right? In terms of the climb, oh my god, it was. I can't believe I did it, first of all, because like every game I'm like, oh my god, I can't believe I won that. How did I win that? Wait, what's going on? And then I won the next one. I'm like, wait, this doesn't make sense. Then I win the next one. I'm like, wait, no, this ain't right. And like every matchup was like absolutely crazy too. Like I actually have the list here too, like of all the matches I faced, and it was like ridiculous. Like the first game was against Vegex Mill, and I'm like, oh, okay. I guess I'm gonna die now, but I somehow like pulled it off because of the testing that the testing that I had done, the time I'd spent with Ubraj. We were brewing, playing on Untap, playing this, playing that. When I faced Frank, when I faced our good friend Fisso, faced a lot of other people, like I realized, hold on, there's some changes that really need to be made, and I had mainboarded 3 copies of the counterplay Vegeta. I had made the change of adding Jiren Videl. when most decks were using Yamcha King Piccolo, and Jiren Videl was absolutely clutch. And I took out one Koitsukai and just ran one, and I added 2 of the Realm of the God cards in the deck, and it honestly like worked so well in the best of 1 format where there was no pre-siding. It solved like so many issues. Other than my match against Marcel, like nobody that whole day put me below 4 life, which is insane. First of all, like going all like was like 8 rounds, like only one person was able to put me at 4 life, like less than 4 life, which is absolutely insane. First of all, but yeah, the Vegex mill was kind of nuts. It's this really crazy idea of like because Vegex can't mill himself out, he just runs every negate in the book, 4 Oceanus, 4 Power Burst, yada yada, whatever you can think of, just to keep stalling the game out and just winning like that. And because he can't mill it, you just you just lose. And then the second game I faced the mirror match. The guy was using the King Piccolo Unison with Yamcha combo, and that didn't survive at all against me at all. And like I played the Jiren Videl, and he didn't know what the fuck to do. And then it was actually funny too because on my turn 4 I played Gohanks to force his hand, and then on his turn 4 I was at 5 life. He had no choice but to play the Vegeta SCR because he had the SCR unlike me, and you can counterplay with Videl because it says specify cost 3 or more red unison. So I minus 20k'd the Vegeta because I knew what he was going to do. He was going to play Vegeta, and he's got the dual attack triple strike, and he was just going to clear my unison by swinging into it, and then he was gonna like go at me with like whatever else he could muster. But because I negged him 20k right away with Videl, his SCR was a 20k, and the +1 on Gohanks is a neg 25. So he had no choice but to use the Activate Man then and there to wipe my board and crit me for 1 life. I'm like, cool, I'm at 4 life, and I just played the Goku the next turn, and I won.
Damn, that's fucking just nasty. That SCR, you were just saying because you didn't find Vegeta, that's what you were using, but it seemed to put in work. Like
every game, honestly. I think there was 1 game I didn't use it. Every game, and I didn't mill it once, which is crazy because every time I practice this deck, first turn I mill it, and I'm like, oh okay, cool. I wish I had the SCR for Vegeta.
That's why you had the scanner on there. You knew exactly where the card was gonna be. That's secret technique.
The Tomku special.
There you go.
Tomku special. Game 4 was against starter deck Broly OG, like the OG set 6 Broly chain. And this was round 4, so the guy went 3-0 already. So he obviously beat some people, and but the thing though is he just lost to me in 9 minutes. To be honest, like there's not much he could do because he has to take his own life with his 1-drop. I popped his 1-drop at a time that he didn't want it to get popped. It forced him to play another dude to go up his chain, and I just didn't care. I just kept swinging. He couldn't do anything about it. His leader Sparking 7 wasn't even active by the time I killed him. And then game 5 was against Janemba Mill. That one was probably the hardest match of the whole day. Even the game I lost against Marcel was not as hard as that Janemba Mill game. It was on stream as well, I believe. When I beat him, I had 4 cards left in deck. It was extremely close. It was just a degenerate deck, like just combo 1 mana 10Ks, combo 1 mana 10Ks, draw more cards, negate. There was a turn where I knew he had Hatch in hand, but he didn't use it, and then he used the turn after, but I still forced his hand so I could just keep going at him, and I finally managed to like grind it out, but it took like everything I could think of just to like win that one. That was not an easy match.
Wait, he had Hatch in hand?
Yeah, I forced him to use Hatch earlier.
But Janemba can't run Hatch.
Oh wait, sorry, not Hatch. Or was he using Hatch? No.
He can't run it.
Straight up cheated.
No, wait, he didn't use Hatch then. I'm sorry. Did he use Hatch? No.
You don't remember his name,
I don't remember.
Right?
Oh.
It was on stream. No.
It was on
No, you're right. It wasn't Hatch.
I was gonna say I'm just like.
So you were worried about Hatch, and you didn't have to worry about Hatch.
You know what it was actually? He was running the SS4 Vermilion. That's what it was.
That's the good SCR in that
That's
deck.
the good one. Yeah.
That SCR is
Sorry, I'm an idiot. My brain no work. It's late night. Oh, and I forgot. Round 3, I faced SS4 Vegeta Ramp. The poor guy couldn't play the game. I afterimage techniqued his first swing on leader. Next turn, I afterimage technique the second swing with his leader. Third turn, he swung again. I'm like imposing presence. He just couldn't ramp the whole game, and I'm like, all right, I aggro. Me hit you good. That was the one that used Hatch. That's the one who used Hatch. It was the Vegeta that used Hatch. Okay, now I remember.
Okay,
It was
I
the
was gonna
support
say,
VG
I'm
that
like,
used Hatch.
damn, like what's yeah, he played that, then he played Oceanus, I don't know what was going on. Then he played Full Shrouded. It was nuts. I don't know what was going on.
You're
And I
right.
thought
You're
I
right.
won, and then he aped me.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
At some point, he had
Um,
2 baby hatch in the energy. I don't know what the fuck was going
I
on.
was against
Yeah.
Tomku. I don't know what was going on. Like,
I think Biriarr is in such a big high that he has been in that
Oh,
high
yeah.
mode, and everything is
Oh,
just
100%.
one convoluted day.
Yeah, it was-
Convoluted, 100%.
I woke up and I was third place. I don't know how the fuck it happened. I put cards down. Cards went to my drop. I had Sparking 25. I don't know.
The round was it round 6 was against the blue yellow go tanks. So the guy ended up scooping, but in my opinion, he could have beat me. But he just gave up, and I'm like, well, I'm not gonna say keep trying, buddy. But the thing too, though, is his error, in my opinion. So, like, if anybody ever plays blue yellow against UI Goku, don't use your bean aggressively. For the love of God, just use it defensively. One senzu bean turns off my entire turn. My freeze is a dual attack 19k. My 17 is a 15k. Like, yeah, divine presence at 25, I guess, or 30, right? The ultra rare, like the super rare Goku, of course. The Vegeta SCR, like the big boss monsters are above 20k, but like the smaller dudes are like they're under 20. Just use one senzu bean defensively, you turn off my turn. Like that is how you actually beat the deck as blue yellow. So he ended up, I don't know. So he ended up like giving up. I don't know. It was weird. He kept like playing like basils and then beaning them, and I'm like, all right, cool, like whatever. And then the match against Marcel was round 7. That was an absolutely insane match. That guy is an absolute beast of a player. Yeah, like he won the dice roll, which was very bad for me. Very, very bad. On his turn 3, he put me from I think 6 to 2 life, which is like ridiculous because nobody did that to me the whole day. I think it was 6 to 2 or maybe 5 to 2. I don't know, but he had me at 2 life by the end of his turn 3. And I had no choice but on turn 3 to play the Kaioken Goku to wipe his board, and it bought me a turn. He kept like swinging, of course, and it reestablished the board, but I was able to like survive. And then on my turn 4, I played the Gohanks to wipe his board, and like I reset the board state basically. Then I started going aggressive, and he was able to keep his piano because it's annoying auto, and he had like a token negate, and he had a face-up pan SCR in life that he grabbed from one of my swings. He had 2 life left. And then on his clapback on his turn 5, that's when he beat me. But I did make some errors that I feel cost me the game. That had I not done them, I can't say like 100% I would win because I don't know still what was in his hand, obviously. But I feel like had I not made certain few errors, I probably would have had a good chance of winning. Basically what had happened was he'd done a bunch of swings. I blocked with Gohanks. I didn't use his plus yet. I had Videl in hand. I held on to her as well for the counterplay. I out-comboed a bunch of his swings, and I was at 2 life, and he had open energy, and I never chomp it, and I'm like, okay. And then he tried to like play Tambourine with the Activate Battle. He summons it on board, and I'm like, okay. So he has the token negate, piano, and Tambourine on board. I say, okay, I'm going to play Videl, and I negged the piano and the Tambourine 20k, but that was a big mistake, because the piano, he rezzed it, and because he rezzed the piano, and he still had the token on board, and I had 2 battle cards on board, he was able to play the Pan SCR for free. Had I chosen the token instead and the Tambourine, there would only be 3 battle cards on board. He would have to tap out to play, like, he'd have to tap out basically to play the Pan SCR. And then, obviously, he pre-played the Pan. I was at 2 life, and he's like, I'm going to swing your leader with Pan. And I'm like, uh-oh. I'm at 2 life, and he has 2 open energy, and he's playing red, and that's a 40k beat stick. I had no choice but to do the +1 on the Unison because my thought process, he's going to chompa me. He didn't chompa me. And then I only took 1 damage. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then he overwhelms Bardock. I'm like, shit. I already used the +1 on my Unison, which could neg Bardock 25k. Had I just held on to the +1, I probably would have survived because he already uses overwhelms. He did have 2 open energy, so who knows? I don't know.
You can't say that. That's what I'm saying. You
I can't say
say that
100%,
because maybe if you didn't do the plus, he could have just threw Chomp on there.
Yeah,
And
if
still
you
had
didn't plus,
Champa,
you
right?
could have chomped, right? So yeah,
that
I
was the
about to
safe.
say.
That was the safer move out of the 2 because Worst comes to
Exactly.
worst, you still had Bardock, whatever. That's still 25k with a Champa going to 35 instead of 40 going to 50.
Exactly, right? So like, but I think the big mistake was the targeting with the Videl, because then he, like when I had chosen the piano, had I chosen the other one, that would have been definitely that I feel is the more important error that I made, because then he would have to tap out to play her, or he'd have to overwhelm first with Bardock and then free play her, and then like he'd obviously swing with one and I'd neg 125. Then if he had Champa, of course he could probably finish like that. But who knows? I don't know what was in his hand by the end of it. That's the only thing I can really think of that I could have done any better, but that was it. He also gave me huge props by the end of the match. He's like, bro, the whole day you were like the first person to properly like understand what KP does and play it properly against me. I'm like, thanks, bro. I actually appreciate it. He gave me like a fist bump. I'm like, hell yeah.
I mean,
So it was still
I
good
know one
anyway.
thing. I know one thing you could have done better. You could have won the dice roll.
Yeah,
I could have won the
that's-
dice roll.
That's true.
Yeah,
you gotta have
you
magnets.
could have won the dice roll, man.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta put magnets in them, magnets under your mats, and then you always roll 12.
Mm-hmm. And then the final game was against Android 16, and that's just a free matchup. Like Android 16 is my like obviously one of my top 3 favorite decks of all time, but there's no way I'm gonna play it in this current meta just because UI Goku exists. Like anything 16 plays, you just neg, and then not only was it already bad against Red before because King Piccolo plus Yamcha was already not a fun combo because all your like small like your 15Ks just all die, but because of the fact that I was also running Jiren Videl instead, his 20Ks and 25Ks would also die. Like I think one of the turns he was trying to go for game on me, and he's like, "I'm gonna swing your leader." I'm like, "My Jiren has 5 counters. You're swinging on my leader? Yeah, okay. -3." And he just that was it. Like he couldn't kill me. So like, or I think he swung. I don't know. He swung at something, but I minused it with like Jiren, and there was nothing he could do. And like I can't even fault the guy. Honestly, it's such a unwinnable matchup for 16. In practice, because I obviously I practiced it against Yuvraj just to see how viable it is in that matchup. The only times I've ever won that matchup was if I aggressively ramped as a 16 player to 8 energy and then played the 17-18 super. That was the only way I've won that matchup. The only way. No other way has it worked. It's way too tough of a matchup for 16. So obviously I won that last round, but no fault to the guy. He was a really good player. It's a bad match.
Yeah. Well, so for testing, I'm guessing majority has been untapped as soon has it been as soon as that leader was announced, as soon as the cards? How early did you get into this deck?
So I would say I had first gotten a KP deck because me and you, Raj, were just talking about KP and all that for a while because that deck is also extremely good, obviously. Very clear now with all the results. But we're like, yeah, this deck is pretty cracked. But he had reached out, like he messaged me afterwards. He's like, hey, I think about a month ago or a month and a half ago. He's like, hey, I have a few lists now for the U7 Goku. I think I've got it down. I've played about 50 games of it. So he already did all the legwork. So he already saved me a lot of time and trouble. And he's like, you want to try out the list? I want to see how it works in your hands too. Let's see, like, because everyone has different play styles. I'm like, sure. I tried out his list. It was pretty cracked. It was a really good list. And then like we just went from there. We kept playing. We kept practicing on Untap and all that. I'd message random friends, whoever would be willing to play on Untap, because I know a lot of people hate it, but sometimes you just got to do it. And then the moment I got the physical cards in hand, I just spammed the deck the whole week. Just kept playing it against everything I could think of. I had some really negative matchups against like the new Soul Striker, like the blue yellow Soul Striker build against Yellow Sin was kind of rough, and then the yellow Vegeta Trunks was absolutely garbanzo beans to face, absolutely terrible. But that was when I was running the the Piccolo Junior Yamcha combo, and like me and Yvonne sat down and we're like, you know what, this is getting really stupid. What if we just do Jiren Videl instead? And it's like, wait, that's actually genius. That solves like half the problems because like they can't kill you. You just neg their dudes and you don't give a shit. And it's like, wait, this is actually perfect. And then because I also was running Gohanks instead of the Vegeta, I just play Gohanks and neg 25k the board ignoring barrier, so their board state just dies anyways. So it worked out perfectly for me, but I ended up not facing a single one. I was so ready for it, I didn't face one. Same with Sin, I was ready to face it because I added the Realm of the God cards, and because like we were at Jodad's place on Friday and we practiced that matchup and found it to be like 50-50ish, I'd say. Maybe a little Sin's favor, I don't know. But like it was a matchup I felt I could win, not like it was a hard like auto lose matchup. And then the blue yellow Soul Striker just I don't know. Soul Striker just sucks to face, honestly. I don't know. But yeah, we did a good amount of practice on the deck, so I felt pretty comfortable going in. And then I ended up facing stuff I never practiced against. Like I never practiced against SS4. I never practiced against Vegex. Never did the mirror match. Didn't face Ochi Brawly. Didn't face Janimba Mill. Didn't face Go Tanks. Didn't face, like I played one match against KP, and like I played 16 into the deck, but I didn't play as the deck into 16. So it's like cool. All that practice was for nothing except like learning how to pilot the deck.
That's
You've
true.
played against 18 mil.
Oh, yeah, true. We did practice against 18 mil. We went 1-1, right? So
Hmm.
yeah.
Well, fucking, was there any other questions for Biriarr before we move on, or did anybody else play Saturday? Because I'm out of the loop like always. I just watched one. I know I watched at least one. I watched that Janimba Mill match on stream while I was behind the desk at work, and then I don't know if they had another stream on Saturday that had you. I know Frank. I caught
The Marcel Russell match I was on stream.
Okay, that maybe I've caught that one.
Apparently I'm the master of keeping my hand still. Apparently
Oh
in
yeah,
the-
I thought you were frozen.
I thought I was frozen because I was waiting for Marcel to do all the stuff, and I was just sitting there, my hands are like that, and Eggman's like, "Is this guy? His camera's frozen?"
Keeping his hand on screen, people thought he was like frozen.
Yeah, just freeze the screen, switch the cards.
I think from here, I was the only other person that played Saturday, right?
Joe
I
Dad
did
also
too.
played.
And
I did too.
Frank. Yeah, and Frank.
I scrubbed out.
Just
Yeah,
pro tip.
I went
Like-
3-3.
Pro tip: be fast on buying your place, because I got fucked by the sold out. So that's the reason why. Fucking winter storm.
I was the good teammate, and I made sure the Gogeta Xenos didn't make it up there
See,
for my team.
I wasn't scared of Gogeta Xeno anyways, but thank you.
I won since Shenron early, so I did that.
I was traveling, so the only deck I had on me was my baby Kai. And then after 3 losses on round 5 or 6, something like that, I dropped out. From the perspective of a player that was playing a deck with no new cards, holy shit, the game is hard. If you don't buy into this set, you're falling behind hard. And I want to say that I pilot Kai pretty well and kill Gogeta Xeno in 3 turns. Play against a really random Black Boo that was running a bunch of Overrealm. Pretty interesting list. And it just came down to the wire. I swung. He had 2 life. Took 1 of the life, and when I went for my last swing, combo to 24, he had 1 card in hand, and it was a Kai. If you have 5 or less in hand, it's 10k, so he's the leader with 25, and he just clapped back because Black Boo just draws 5 if you don't have a hand. So he just clapped back very easily. And then the typical black versus blue, that matchup is horrible. Especially with the degeneracy of the new Soul Striker. It can kill on turn 3, and you can't do much at all. So that's something that people are gonna have to start looking into. That Grand Prix Unison puts too much stupid work on that Soul Striker deck. The new Beerus card, the blue yellow, is fantastic. The Realm of the God is super good, and it literally just shut me down. And after that, it was just a really hard day. So that was my experience as a scrubber. We should talk about the people that actually made shit work.
Well, there we go.
So congrats you guys on the top end, Frank on the win. I gotta head out, so peace out, guys.
Have a good one, man.
Have a good
See
day,
you,
man.
Frank.
And then there was 7.
Oh.
I will
Well,
also agree too when you say about buying into the set. I think like the biggest thing that also like happened that I don't feel like a lot of people are talking about because they're just not using it yet or not used to it is those Realm of God cards for every color are actually the most broken thing ever. Like I personally, I don't give a crap about Gogeta Xeno anymore. You want to turn one thwarting? Sure. You wasted all this. Realm of Gods Biriarr's bottom deck that. Congratulations, you've wasted your deck. Oh, you want to do? Let me warp that. Let me neg this. Let me KO that. It's absolutely dumb how much utility those extra cards give, and every color now has an answer to like decks that bring out early boss monsters early. Like it's great against UI Goku. It's great against Gogeta Xeno. It's good against Trunks. It's good against a lot of decks because everybody's cheating stuff in now. So like to all the viewers, honestly, like seriously, sit down and consider those Realm of God cards. They're actually crazy. I even tried like the green one, and people are saying that was the worst one. On like defense, I get a 15k combo and make my opponent discard one. I don't know what anyone's saying why that's bad. That's insane. And then on offense, I kill something greater than a like. What more do you want? Like every single one of them has.
That fits perfectly in the
answers.
green
Like-
play style.
Exactly. It's perfect. And then for the blue ones, like, oh, I bottom deck a 2 cost on offense, or bottom deck your like big dudes. Like what?
Like, oh,
I was gonna
Yeah,
say
so it's
that's really weird that like hating on the green one because the green one literally just sell on defense and then removal on offense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like why not?
Yeah, no, I think going into this set, it really comes down to what you want to build with how much you need. Like, my deck itself, the only thing I took from the new set was the Beerus Destroys. And in a best of one, or a pre-side, or a best of three, those are in the sideboard, because they're the answer to the Sin Shenron matchup, because the 9-drop just destroys the deck. But aside from that, like, at least this deck gained nothing from it, but that this deck has been a degenerate for a while.
It don't need shit more.
No.
And
This-
it's not even that the deck is degenerate. It's just a very weird interaction that you have synergistically with the deck.
Yeah. It resonates with me.
He's evil. That's what it is.
That's right. That's right.
that's what we'll call it.
Yeah.
I
But
mean, if they just errated the Frieza to just say does not hit tokens, I
They don't
think
even need to do that. They need to errata the extra card to only play mono blue cards.
That's what I've been saying.
Like
Extra
don't-
card of
you
mono
don't-
blue.
you don't need to hit the Frieza at all because no one ever plays it. Like no one plays swap and plays into that mutable menace crap. Like people play it, yeah, cool, it's fun, but like since both swap decks and leaders came out, like no one plays that shit.
They
the
could say,
Dodoria.
like-
Let's get that Dodoria. That
Oh
tournament pack.
man!
See, now we're talking.
Oh man!
The-
Let's
the-
go to tier 3.
They can do like put the cost, like cost 1 or more.
Nah, watch. I want to see them hit Rebirth, and next ban or Rattlelist. Instead, they're gonna hit the Ape as the limit one. That's what they're gonna hit. You're gonna be like, I mean, yes, but
I still have nightmares with that fight night with Poe and
Oh.
getting 8 3 times
Oh.
back in a row.
Yeah,
I was like,
they should hit
fuck
God
me
feeling.
for real, man.
but yeah.
Or keep that hand high for those discard 2s.
Yeah, fuck.
Come at me playing yellow. I'll
Yes.
cooler you real quick.
Speaking of cooler, I guess we should probably go into Sunday.
Right there. You beat
'cause,
me to it.
Yeah, because blue and blue yellow, which Sunday I actually didn't see. I don't think I don't remember seeing any yellow matches. But blue and blue yellow, you have to have 2 apes. No, I did. I lied. I saw the Janemba matchup against Aspera there. But you have to have 2 apes against them in case you get hit with the what's the name, Zamasu plus the Cooler or the Vegeta. They just have multiple answers that you need to have 2 apes with. But aside from that, Sunday actually it was a fantastic day. I had a lot of fun. Most of my matchups, like mine, weren't anywhere close to as exciting as Biriarr. Like all my matchups were the same. It was stall, counterplay, return things to opponent's hands, negate, hatch, -5, free play something, rebirth the justice, ape, swing win. That was the day. It's a very linear deck. It's a very boring deck to play, as a lot of people say. They'll call it a helmet deck. But I absolutely love it. I've been playing it competitively for maybe, I don't know, 8 months. I took 9th place in a CM event last September with it. And it's a very easy deck to play 8 rounds with in front of your computer. So it doesn't hurt the brain. That's the big thing.
I was gonna say in person it might be a little different. It's kind of hard to walk out of the arena playing those kind of decks, you know. Like that's another thing. You get any death threats after your match after milling someone 40 cards at once? They're just like, "Where do you live?"
I haven't gotten that extreme, but I'm sure we could make a collage of Discord and Facebook posts post match from my opponents.
You don't even want to see my group chat from my boys back in New York, man. You beat my buddy Mashoud in like round 3 or something like that. Bro, he was livid. This man was cursing you up and down, bro. I'm like, hey, that's my teammate you lost to. Get fucked.
Oh, no, I'm used to it.
Man.
It's I love the hate.
Still mad.
You ended up
Still
being
love the hate.
a person in my group. I had posted in our group chat. Brendan Lip. That was hilarious. He was like, "God damn, the Church of Frank."
Oh, someone I faced today in the upper hand, you milled out 36. A UI Goku. I just don't remember if it was the Saturday or Sunday, but you milled him 36.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, no, the 2 days are kind of a blur. They ran together. I know I played against a Sin Shenron on Saturday. Like, Saturday was a weird day. I think Sin Shenron was the only meta deck that I saw. And I saw Gogeta Zeno. But aside from that, it was all like off meta decks. And Sunday, I saw a lot of off meta decks too. And believe it or not, the Bulma deck, it was rough. And it was the Vegito. It was on stream, which made the day even more stressful because my last 3 rounds were on stream. Round 6, I was against Aspera, so it was on his stream. 7, I was on the official stream, and 8, I was on the official stream. So, that makes it stressful, but it was a good day. But the Bulma was rough. The Vegito Unison does so much work, and Buddy was smart enough. He focused the Vegito Unison, and I think it was turn 8 because I needed to get to 9 energy to try to hard cast my Overwhelm Bardock and then go into the Frieza. But round 8, when I swung and he negated with the Android 17 body, internally I just jumped. I was like, oh, he played a dude. Oh, it made me so happy because I was like, I get to win. Because the big fear was I didn't have my Unison. If he removed my Android 16 on the board, those 21 clone tokens were available to attack. It's a blue deck. I got a lot of negates. I don't have any combo power. He just goes swing combo 5, swing combo 5, swing combo 5. I was at 1 health. It was going to get there. That was a stressful deck. It was a scary deck. I don't remember the name of the dude, but props to that Bulma player.
Yeah, Bulma's been putting work here and there. Hearing a lot of her right now.
Yeah. Sunday I did play a few U7s, and honestly, the Jiren Videl combo realistically is kind of the best way at least against my deck. The King Piccolo version, it doesn't do it. It draws too much. It makes it too negative, and it doesn't have an answer. The deck itself doesn't have much free play battle cards, so its big 4-drop bomb is usually a 5-drop bomb. So that really slows it down. It draws a whole bunch, so I can realistically mill you out by turn 4. And the way people usually play against it, they're playing the Android 18 like it's Janemba, and they just go, oh, I'm only going to burst twice so I can awaken, and then I'm never going to do it again. And I'm sitting across from you like, great, you're never going to hit Sparkin 20. I don't care. Turn off your big 8-drop. Because the deck itself, it's not the Janemba mill 2, mill 2, mill 2. It's the do nothing for 4 or 5 turns and then mill 32.
Yeah.
So fucking 48.
Yeah.
There is actually a way. The Yamcha Piccolo Jr. list, they do have a way to actually hit the Frieza.
Yamcha Wolf Fang Fist.
No. Not even that.
Okay.
they can do it on the counterplay window. So because you're playing Rebirth via skill, and I guess Charles, so you can stop me if I'm wrong, but counter window 1, play the Goku. Counter window 2, Yamcha.
Yeah.
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 Yeah,
And
that'll
then
work.
and then if you God Seal either of them, because one of them's 100% gonna neg,
You can only
the
use
auto.
play.
Well, if you
Not
counter.
when activate his skill. So when you activate his skill, when you activate it, it opens counter window 1, and then at the resolution of the skill, opens counter window 2.
Okay.
So you're actually able to activate two different counterplays in while activating a skill like say Rebirth.
Exactly. And then like if you God Seal either of them or like ape either of them, the neg 15 will happen no matter what, because like it's either the Goku's gonna neg 15 or the Yamcha's gonna neg 15, and then the auto on the Unison will kill something 15k or less. That's the only way.
Going on that, back to the defensive option of the Baby Unison, Baby Ape against KP. Hatch is essential. Oh, it really is. It's essential, and it really helps the deck. So if I'm playing against KP and I have Hatch in hand early, turn 3, I'm tapping out to play out the Baby Unison, so I can make my Baby Apes live on turn 4. Because it doesn't matter, that interaction won't work because the Goku is an auto neg, so I'll use the counterplay on the Goku, and the Yamcha is within the counter text. However, Ape is counter, so it doesn't let any of the counter text go off. So neither of them would work, and that's why I run the Ape. That's why I run the Ape Unison combo with it, because I've said it plenty of times before. Frieza has no protection, so Ape is the best protection in blue.
Yeah, 100%. What I'm saying though is like if they only have one ape, there's nothing to do. But you're right. If you have the 2 ape combo, there is nothing anybody can do. Period. But the
Or like
only
I said,
fighting
I'm
chance
sealing an ape as well, because like one of the judges had thought so as well. But I mean, people make mistakes. They got to remember the ape is counter or counter play. So if you Trunks, Trunks says you can't counter play anymore, but it doesn't say you can't counter. And that just stops all of it. So I can hit God Seal with one and then counter with the other, and we're still golden.
Yep, that's true.
Yeah.
But that's the only interaction I can think of for like red that isn't using the Jiren Videl that could technically hit it. That's the only.
Honestly, the best interaction, which I mean, in Canada, I know we're going to see it in pretty much every red deck sideboard, is the 1-drop baby. That's the best thing red can do. You put that in the sideboard, and you try to play it in the pre-sideboard meta, and you get it out, eat every single clone. Like, make it where I do all my interaction to only mill 4 cards, right? I mean, and that's red's interaction against it, and it will happen. It will hit the board eventually, most of the time, because it's a 1-cost. It's a 1-cost red card.
Chain Attack Xeno.
Is that the one? No, it's not.
No, it's just you do something else too. Just we're putting everything back, boys. Have fun.
That's right. Oh yeah. Oh, Unison Zeno. Yeah. There are answers to the deck. It's just the thing is the answers don't make sense to play.
Yeah, you don't want to be like main boarding because this one degenerate it's running a cult, right?
Big and more. It works in multiple decks.
Big and more does work too. Honestly, I'm not sure how well Android 18 would do in a pre-sideboard best of 1, because there are so many like hard silver bullets for the deck.
That's why good thing it wasn't.
Somebody today actually asked me about interaction with Unexpected Turn, because Unexpected Turn kills your board too, but it says cost 2 or less, and because it says 2 or less, it doesn't apply to tokens, right?
Yeah, because it says cost.
Right.
There's no cost.
So I was trying to explain, and I had no idea how to explain. Like 0 is kind of a cost, but it's not a cost.
Just say this. Just say this. Yeah, just say no cost.
Easiest way to explain it for things that can hit it is X or less does not touch tokens. Up to X will hit the tokens.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the easiest way. If it says X up to X, it hits tokens.
Yeah.
Some cards say both though, so you gotta make sure you're reading it properly too. Because I don't remember which card it is, but there's a card or two that say 4 cost or less, but up to 3 or something like that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So you got to make sure, even though it says 4 or less, it still can't hit tokens.
Because of the hub too.
Yeah. Anything
Yeah, so
where
like
we're first.
it conflicts itself in theory, but once it gives you a definite, X or less, it just completely forget about it.
Yeah. That's
Forget about it.
That's the thing too
forget
when you're
about it.
explaining like Biriarr to someone new. It's always, does it say choose? Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Like there's this like UI Goku where
It's not
just
hexproof.
bounce all the cards. Oh, it doesn't say choose. Get fucked. Barrier goes back.
Yeah.
Like that's the same thing with the cost.
Put a barrier card in front of them on a table and ask them to touch it. As soon as they try to touch it, just smack their hand away. No.
Yeah.
No.
If you're playing black, just play fucking this and fuck that free love.
Just to get met with another ape.
Yep.
Leave me alone, man.
Stop touching him. You're
Well,
touching him in his no square.
Best bodyguard in the game.
a damn dirty monkey. But yeah, that is still fucking wild. I like getting first and the second regional is still first American regional, I guess, right? Because the first one, the Saturday was technically Canadian. The other one was American, right? Core TCG.
Yeah.
So
And honestly, I think it's funny because like I'm the Canadian and I won the American one, and then the Canadian one, the American won it. So it's gonna take us longer to get our prizes because we have to deal with the border.
yeah, was it you, Carl? Is you're the one? Is that the core tournament that it got shipped to Denmark or whatever? Yeah, so have fun with that.
That's messed up.
What?
Yeah.
I feel like
Switzerland,
they're
maybe.
Expedia first place. I hope.
Oh no, they're gonna be. Wait, he played Android 18. Yeah, okay, we're gonna dump this off in the ocean.
That's gonna get
Playing
lost.
PWE, bro. PWE.
Yeah.
PWE, okay.
Man, for real, Frank, you straight up like went into that regional to do a pro state check, and you said without the hands.
But also something that we have to understand too, like and this is what I try to explain people. Like you cannot expect to go to like a regional in Canada and see the same decks that are played in the US or the same plays are decks that are played overseas, because it's almost kind of cultural. Like people from certain places strive to certain play styles, and in the Canadian side, there's a lot of mill. Like,
I'm sorry.
there's a lot of mill.
I'm sorry.
There's a lot of mill, and not only Android, but also like there was
Cooler?
a Sin, and there was some 18 cooler mill, but not in the US. In the US, you see more aggro or blue players for some kind of reason. America. Maybe it's the
America.
colors of the flag.
You wanna punch
Kinda
him in
rep.
the face a lot?
I want to control you and beat you up,
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
America.
sounds about right. That sounds about right.
and then take you to Denny's.
Yeah,
Yo,
it's like,
long
yeah,
as
we don't want to
Denny's.
hit you.
Yo, or Waffle House, a good Waffle House where the floor is dirty and the dude has dreadlocks. That's the best
Oh, yeah.
kind of Waffle House.
So
That's
that
you
also
get some
like
good grits.
speaks to how certain decks run better in certain places.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we saw that at Worlds too, if you think about it, with Wang Po bringing out starter Broly and Hand Destruction
Yeah.
out of nowhere. Like no one and their mother played that deck. That deck's been off the radar for God knows how long, and this man's sitting in a hyperbolic time chamber just playing with himself. I'm like, okay, cool. Wait,
Yeah.
what? He's playing what deck? Like, come on, dude.
So I don't know if you know the story behind that. That's not what he ran.
He
You're an
ran
Andrew Vols deck.
Yeah.
He ran
Yeah.
Icarus.
when, and then he played second place's deck, which
Yeah,
was
He wanted to rep Asia, so he played the Broly. He played the second player's deck because he wanted to rep Asia.
Yeah.
Ah, that's fire.
But
Yeah.
it's Poe. That guy is nuts.
Oh,
That's
that
fun.
guy's
The- Yeah, the best part was I think he was talking about Andrew Duvall's list. Like, yeah, I didn't even practice it. I just brought him and took first. He's like, yeah, it looked too good to pass up.
Yeah.
Man, yeah, something with the apes.
Yeah.
Something
I'm
with the apes.
curious. I'm curious to see what's gonna win the first Canadian Nationals.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
you know. Hey, you guys put both you two right there. Solo put fucking Canada on the map. I know there was a couple. I know Spira got top 16 as
Yeah.
well too.
Tom Koo got in
Tom
with
Koo got as
Android
well.
18.
Yeah, there was definitely
on Saturday.
Armando got 10th, I think.
yeah,
Armando got 10.
there's definitely
Yeah.
a handful of fucking Canadians putting in some work.
Yeah.
So maybe Bandai will be like, wait, you guys are a country? We've been shipping all your shit to the U.S. and you guys been getting it late. You guys wanted a regional? Fuck off. But
I'll
Yeah,
trade
man,
you Dragon Ball cards for maple syrup. There we go. Forgot to.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah,
I was like, I think he's lagging.
Yeah, no, I completely forgot what the hell maple syrup was called.
That mental
Maple
lag.
syrup.
Oil. Send
I
more
was gonna
oil.
say pancakes.
the
So I'm like,
sticky
no, it's stuff goes on it.
the sticky Canadian stuff.
I was
Whoa.
that's pretty weird because I was gonna straight to tell that we're gonna paint maple. We're gonna paint
Yeah.
maple syrup. Everything.
That's how you guys got your invites. That's how you guys paid for the registration fees.
That's right.
It wasn't a $30 registration fee. You just sent 3 bottles of maple syrup.
Yeah, we
It's
all know.
crazy though that so Saturday I come third and Marcel comes first and he's with Crossworlds, and then the next day, what was it like it was a Joey? He came,
Joey took third, and I
he
took
took
first.
third and you took first,
Yeah,
and it's like, wait a second,
Crisscross.
we just what's going on here?
Crossing
Yeah.
worlds.
crisscross.
Oh, look at you.
Yes.
That's how you know Carl got the beer down smoothly.
That's right.
Oh,
But yeah, so yeah, no, it was a fantastic weekend all around. Everything ran really smoothly for the most part, at least for me. Like I said, I scrubbed out Saturday, but it was still a good time. And Sunday it was a fun, stressful time. And yeah, no, the biggest thing that I actually take from this weekend too, and I'm sure Biriarr feels this way too, is I have my invite early, so now I can just fuck around in the rest of the regionals.
you can still play Android 18 and
Yeah.
fuck people up.
Oh no, I'm gonna make a Dr. Ulo deck. I can call it now. I don't know if it's gonna be good, but I just feel like I could do something with that leader.
I'm
and
down.
field
Let
card.
me know.
Yo, let's do it together.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm down.
I'm just gonna straight up troll meme it and remove your indestructible and send it to the bottom of your deck. I don't care. Barrier, what's that? Victory
What are you
strike.
talking about? Put him under. Put him under
Yeah.
the card.
Not putting the.
They made a new unison that came out. Like, I'm sure it's gonna be like that. Unison's gonna be like $2. People are gonna look at it and be like, Dr. Ulo. Like, I'm down.
Man, that card
That's
is fucking
because it's new.
Yeah, I'm just
that
saying.
that unison is insane. Only on a -2 you can put 4 cards under your field.
Yeah.
It's literally like a tap 2 -2, tap
Yep,
2 -2.
yep.
Like, you don't even
Exactly.
do anything with it. You just tap 2 -2.
Mhm.
Yep. Watch. It's gonna be fun.
Swing.
Until
Also-
somebody starts running that black counterplay that says it's like you can counterplay a unison and remove markers off of it or some shit.
Oh,
yeah.
Dragon Slaying Bullet.
Yeah. Until people start mainboarding that shit because y'all want to play Dr. Uriel.
But I think with that,
doesn't
they
do
can,
nothing.
yeah, because they can just choose to not swing anymore for the turn. Like I think
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
the
Nimbus,
alternate.
basically.
Yeah,
You don't need to swing anyways.
yeah, that's
Oh,
what I'm
yeah,
saying.
true,
So you're
true.
just two.
All right, never mind. I
two.
retract my statement.
How
Are
many
we
got under
seriously
the
trying
field?
to like make Dr. Velo viable? Because like the only thing I will say it really does have going for is the fact that the permanent on the field card says your battle cards can't be rested by your opponent's skills. So that literally means yellow can't rest your shit.
Nope.
But now I'm curious though, if my opponent who's yellow riposts me, I can't rest my battle cards. That means it can't,
can't
swing unless I tap energy or something else. Because
So riposte is different though. Riposte is you it's an additional cost. to your
Yeah,
card.
but
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
a yellow player's
Yeah.
skill
It's a
doing
cost.
it. So you would
Yeah.
be forced to tap down energy or
for your
field.
leader or field card, yeah,
Or just not swing.
or just don't
Repost
swing.
is a dead card against King Cold.
Yep,
Yep.
that's my
Absolutely
favorite matchup into yellow. King.
So
Cold.
is Wicked Saints. Wicked Saints is a zombie. It's fucking dead against King Cold.
Yep.
Tap 4 cards, sure.
All right, I'll
Speaking
tap
of-
my 5 fields.
Speaking of dead, I'm getting ready
You
to
look like it, man.
Hey, it's been a long day at work, and the Discord tags no joke. I am a Asian nurse.
Yeah. True.
And it's been a day, and it's been a weekend.
This is how he gets his kicks. He saves people's lives, so he's balancing the scales, and then makes people fucking want to kill themselves when they face Android 18. So he's like
Make
getting
them wanna
more work
quit
for
the game.
himself too. Yeah, it's great.
He is the new kinky nurse fantasy now.
That's the outfit we're putting on the calendar, the OnlyFans calendar.
Oh
What is
god.
it that they call it? Peak male.
Performance.
Male
Peak
performance.
male performance.
Yes.
Oh man.
And Carl's coming in on a wrecking
Was that
ball.
a drum that you were just beating, or is that your stomach?
Yes, that was my stomach.
Oh, okay. I thought it was one of those like big Asian drums.
Not that kind of Asian. I'm Filipino.
Ah.
Yeah, I mean the nurse part. That should
Yeah.
have. You know, I mean that should have pointed it out.
But
Oh man.
we are coming to the end here, so if there's any final questions before anybody passes out, speak now or forever hold your peace. Come on.
I just want other people to start playing the deck so we can get it banned.
Hashtag
I hate
Church of
playing
Frank.
against it.
I would like to say anybody who I faced, if they're watching GG, you guys were all pretty nice. So that one
Do
guy.
me a favor when Frank does that thumbs up, make sure you zoom in on the video.
There we go.
When Frank does that, then like zoom in on him on the when you.
That would be sick.
Yeah,
I want that to be that should be like the ending of the video. Just him just fucking GGing and giving the thumbs up.
Oh,
Ban it.
and so it will be done.
Oh, that would.
But yeah, I guess if that's all, Carl, it's your time to
And-
shine.
And
Ring us
stay
out.
and stay super. No, for real. No, stay super. I'm gonna hand it there. Fuck that. Fuck that. Fuck that shit. I dropped it. Oh man.
Why are they
I
gonna
wasn't
do the
there.
whole Blue Lotus thing?
Oh,
my
great
God.
sponsor, bro. Do you want me to do it?
He's got this.
Oh man, I'm so tired. Fuck.
You want me to do it?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
All right.
Go ahead.
Oh,
Shout out
shit.
to our sponsor, Blue Lotus. They're fantastic. They're awesome. They got great prices. They got a fun tournament on Sundays. You should definitely join. A lot of fun. Why not? What are you doing? Come on. Let's go. Also, shout out to, the whole our whole team organization, Berserk, TCG Metals, and Team Deck Planet. We're fucking killing it. Let's keep it going. And who knows? Maybe we keep topping more. Maybe we don't. Let's see what happens.
I'll be there next time.
Whole team's gonna take top 16 at Nats.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah.
Shit.
It's gonna be us and Crossworlds TCG. It's gonna be the
Word.
Nats top 16.
Who's
I mean,
gonna-
I think the Berserks from the Metal Planet take the top.
Berserkers from the Metal Planet.
Berserk
Berserks from the Metal Planet.
I guess that works.
All right, gents.
Yeah, we're
Jesus.
fucking
About
ready
to
for
go play
bed.
some Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yep.
Yeah,
I'm about to lay on the couch for a minute.
yeah.
Man.
Also, my
I-
matchups were terrible. I played green trailers.
Look at- You like my hotel room?
I'm back
That's
at
a
my
hotel?
crib, bro. Yeah, I'm back at my crib.
Yeah. No, I'm still here. I'm still here for 2 more weeks.
Will,
Yeah,
but
been
that's
here-
a hotel?
Yeah.
Bro, that's nicer than my old house. What the hell?
But this is it.
You couldn't tell it
That's
was a
still
hotel,
nice.
dude.
No.
Please.
Oh,
Yeah,
look at the
yeah.
door.
This is my hotel.
Oh, he likes to keep signs on his doors. He
Yeah,
wants to
on
make
the
sure.
inside.
Yeah,
In case I forget how to get out
Yeah,
if my
it's
house
just-
comes up,
yeah.
catches on fire.
Yeah,
Just
you forget where the exits are.
unlock
Yeah.
door, take out deadbolt, step over the homeless guy outside, and he bites. And there you go.
Man.
Never
man.
mind.
All right,
Still
guys.
waiting.
Have a good night.
Yeah, see you, buddy. Have a good
Thank
night.
you.
So,